Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike. I want to do a very brief and informal video for collectors of the G.I.Joe Classified series, as well as those of you who have pre-ordered Action Force figures from Valaverse. You see that I've got the Classified series Scarlet out of the box, and in front of her to her right are three weapons from the Action Force Prototype Weapons Pack by Valaverse. I received that from Bobby Vala for some work that I did for him. To the right of those weapons, you see the assault rifle that's included with the Classified Series Beachhead. So when I bought the Classified Series figures, the first figure that I got was Duke, and he had that goofy M4 kind of laser looking gun. The barrel was warped. Nothing I did corrected it. You know, boiling it in hot water, repositioning it, it just, you couldn't fix it. Had to throw it away. My solution for that was to give him the FN Scar Mark 16 and the Action Force Weapons Pack. And it's pretty much to scale to him, it's a little large for the receiver, but I think it's pretty close to being 1:1 scale with a Classified Series figure. So when I look at Scarlet, she includes this crossbow. Well, nobody's going to use a crossbow in combat. They'll be dead before they've stepped off of the plane. And I wanted to give her a real weapon. And you can see that she can grip this decently. It's a one-handed type deal. So I saw a fan film on YouTube of Scarlet and Snake Eyes in a parking garage. And Scarlet's using an H&K MP5 SD6 suppressed submachine gun. And I thought, oh, cool, there's one of those in the Action Force Weapons Pack. That's what I'll give Scarlet. So here's the MP5, here's Scarlet. And this is what happens every time I try to put the weapon in her hand to get it in a halfway decent shooting position. So she's gripping the weapon, but I want you to pay attention to something. Her thumb is not over the grip. It's almost to the rear of it. And these figures do have butterfly joints. So if I bring her support hand around like this, she can't grip the weapon. It automatically comes out of her hand. So if I come around here and pre-position the weapon in her support hand, and then try to bring her strong side hand back up, it keeps coming out. She can't hold the weapon. So there's two things going on here. And the first thing is her grip is molded incorrectly. What they should have done is given her a grip like Lady J has here and here. A completely closed grip where she could hold anything. The second issue going on is with the Action Force Weapons Pack. Again, this is an MP5 ST6. Here's a Scar. Look at the difference in the pistol grip. The Scar is accurate. This one is not. It's oversized. The receiver is oversized. The whole gun is oversized. Okay? The only thing that might be correctly to scale is the magazine. So, if you're trying to use these with the Classified Series figures, you're not going to be able to use all of them. And I received my pack for free, but I went back online to order a couple more packs. And what I was attempting to do was outfit all of my Joe figures with realistic weapons and let the Cobra figures keep the weapons they were included with. Kind of give them an unfair advantage. Cobra's equipped by Mars, so their weapons, of course, are more advanced than the Joes. But I also wanted to give the two figures in my collection that really need weapons something realistic, Scarlet and Lady J. And I can't do that. You know, the Action Force Prototype Weapons Pack includes one SCAR, one M4, one MP5, one AK, one Chris Vector with a extended barrel and integral suppressor, and there's a variety of knives and handguns and things like that in there. For the most part, all of that is to scale, but these weapons are not. If you look at the SCAR and look at this AK-47, this is way larger than that, and this is out of scale. These two guns right here are not to scale with a 6-inch figure. Now, I don't know what kind of scale the Action Force figures are. They're supposed to be 6 inches. But I haven't seen one in hand, so I can't compare it to the classified series or tell you yes or no on that, because I haven't looked at them. What I can tell you is that, first and foremost, Scarlett's hands are molded improperly to be able to hold guns like that. The workaround to that is to use those transparent little pieces of plastic that are like rubber bands that some of the figures ship with, or, you know, if you wanted it to be a permanent situation, actually applying a small amount of super glue to the grip of the weapon so that she can hold it. That would be the only real workaround to this problem. So there's an issue on both ends with this one figure and this weapons pack. And this weapons pack retails, I think, for $30 is what it sold for on the Valiverse website. And, you know, if I were getting 2 SCARs and 2 M4s in there, I could see paying $30. But because there's only one of each, you know, and I need multiple, and then I've got weapons like this AK-47 and MP5 that are way out of scale, you know, it's not worth $30. You know, I'm throwing my money away if I do that, because I'm getting weapons that I can't use. And that was the very reason that I wanted the weapons pack. So I wanted to take a minute and share that with all of you guys, you know, who are collectors, who have the classified series, and maybe those of you who have invested in the Action Force figures and the, you know, weapons pack. This is something you need to be aware of, you know, because for Scarlett, and here's the bottom part of her crossbow, now I have to find a weapon that has a grip this size, or I'm going to have to get a couple of spare weapons that'll fit, you know, a 6-inch scale figure, and cut this grip off and glue it on that weapon so that she can hold it. You know, it is what it is. So that's just a brief summary of trying to interchange, you know, weapons from the Action Force line with the classified series. They work with some figures, and others they don't.